when he carried on about it, I thought it was going to be cheap.
I know.
Are you joking me? Well, think about what a Mars bar costs.
He's out of touch with the common man.
Don't try and pull the Bill Shorten thing. Peanut and cashew. Now, how much are you supposed to pay for that?
That's about $6.
You're out of touch with the common man. That's $3. Gotcha.
Oh, that's tough.
Tricky, isn't it? What would you pay for this much polenta?
$3?
Ooh, out of touch with the common man. $4. The 90. And I was 125. You were 98. $40 off. Out of touch with the common man. Notice you got the platinum card. Out of touch with the common man. Checkout people still have a job.
Okay.
I don't.
I don't.
We've lost touch with the common man. I care about their employment.
Bloody oath he was.
Jeez, look at us. Just going nuts.
We've lost touch with the common man. We can't even...
Very, that was bad.
We can't remember we were flying in blokes.
Now we can though, so we just managed to quickly reach back out to the common man and hold them. You didn't remember either, Jack, which disappoints everyone the most. We thought you would be the last person.
Very common man.
You're not at all.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You
man.
pretend that so you can get free things on Instagram and on your radio show, but you're not common man. It's a ruse.
Anyway.
I'm going to broach a topic here. I know it's going to make you look like you lost touch with the common man, but I've also lost touch. So we're in the same boat. You were in Ibiza.
He wouldn't want to test
any people untouched, lost touch with the common man, not prepared to sort of step in.
No worries. We can make sure that's off simulator clock. Is it? Bye-bye, Andy, as he floats off away from the common man and our fingertips lose touch. The golf simulator clock is important to it. Again, we had someone professionally come in and reorganise it.
Really?
We had a pantry consultant come in.
Lost touch with the common man.
I booked it. My wife's lost touch with it. I said
lost $50,000. But he was sitting over there completely out of touch with the common man on a rich pile.
Sitting on the we were like Fiji trying to find some money to buy a tank, and Jack was the US defense. One of us or all three of us or individuals have sometimes lost touch with the common man.
Yep.
I had this nominated a few times and it keeps popping up. A few people noticed this and went, well, that's absolutely lost touch with the common man. Look, maybe it was a corporate thing.
It was.
Maybe it was a deal kind of thing. I can understand that. I think then Elizabeth had noticed, and a few other people had noticed this, that the reason it tips over into losing touch with the common man, apart from being a helicopter, is in the video that you're filming or your girlfriend's filming, you can see outside the window as the helicopter lands, it was raining, and it sprays puddles of water onto people that are walking by down below. So you are splashing... You are splashing the common man as you land in your helicopter. And I think that is, and before that doesn't...
His fiscal year, I think, is April.
Well, a symbol that Andy's lost touch with the common man already, monitoring his offshore accounts for the rest of us. Now, Corey he's a great guy. He's got a job, he's a common man, and he's working hard. He's a groundskeeper there. Yeah. So I don't know if you were playing with a celebrity this day or not.
I don't know. I was just...
He said the time was about 10 a.m., as Corey recalls it. He said, I still had a headlamp on because it's dark in the mornings when Corey starts. That's when the common man starts work. Dark in the mornings, and he'd just forgotten to take it off because he's working.
That's because I am. Anyway, just want to say thanks for stopping and trying to help. Certainly haven't lost touch with the common man. And despite the puncture, I still consider myself lucky that day to see the superior penis in all its glory, thanks to the Lycra get-up.
What a treat. What a treat for a special young man. Lots to take in for him on the day, and for me now hearing an honest assessment.
Shades didn't seem like in touch with the common man.
Very much in touch with the common man. I think it's a very common man trait to want the very best for your eyes. I mean, find me a common man that doesn't care about his eyes.
Oh, plenty.
Get him in here. I think one of the great things that me and the rest of the common men have is going, look, if you're out there, you protect your eyes. Whether you're a tradie, whether it's regulation or not, you protect your eyes.
I don't think eye protection is high on the priority.
Of the common man. You can't see, you're dead, right? You can't see.
Understand.
You do so in your eyes, you've really hindered things. What are the things the common man cares about? Looking after your family, making ends meet. A lot harder to do without eyes. So the first thing you do is protect your eyes. I mean, Your lack of understanding as to how important eyes are to people really puts you further out of touch with the common man. That's the worry.
No. The other thing is, I like
the rooms first.
Well, aren't we lucky I have one? You and I are 10 metres apart.
Further away, almost further away than your fingers are to the common man. For those fingers do not remember the touch of him.
It is nice, isn't it?
I mean, a warning. If you are a common man or a common woman and you look at this will anger you.
Yes. All this is nuclear war. You're destroying the earth. No one is a common man anymore. No one can win.
Apart from that, though, I know. Can I just say, apart from all the examples, I do see you as quite the common man.
Well, we've had other options to do the show, maybe at Jack's house, but they've closed state borders, so I'm not sure.
Let the nukes fly.
I don't know.
We might as well go at the rate of destruction.
It's very common to live far from the city.
Oh, is it, mate?
Yeah, that's very common.
I've noticed you doing your radio show. Other people see it. I mean, if there's ever been an example of losing touch with the common man, it's using leather golf clubs instead of just surgical clubs during the.
I use in the office when I'm having someone meet with me. I have my assistant. Yes, I've lost touch with the common man, he says. Interrupt the meeting.
If you flag it.
It's very exciting. Steve, that's all we wanted to ask, to be honest.
And Steve, would you say if someone had a vanity phone number, they'd lost touch with the common man, or that they are just... it's,
they just take care.
Acceptable.
They pride themselves or take pride in the appearance.
They're treating themselves.
I think they would take pride in it. And secondly, it takes
lost touch with reality.
Yes.
No.
And who lives in reality? A common man and woman. So you've lost touch with their whole universe.
Yeah. I am common, and I have my finger on the pulse of reality.
Why didn't you lock your bike up then?
It was locked up. They used
a cheap
they
lock.
probably used. Yes, it was a cheap lock. Common. A common lock.
Well, if only you'd have cared about your possessions enough to enjoy it. I hope you're appreciative of that fact that not every
I am appreciative
common man would have access to. Anyway, he's seen
building it yourself, though, is very common man.
No, not really. Not custom
really.
building.
Not how long it took you.
Deli or top-end food shop. Did you like them?
Not really. I have more common man tastes.
Right.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
No, I said it must be nice for Andy to have two.
Watch a movie or sports in the Infinity Edge Spa, yes?
I think Andy might worry if he's lost touch with the common man. But I think he's not lost touch with the common man because you have to work so hard.
Graham jar at the supermarket of chicken salt.
$3.
Spot on. Very in touch with the common man. Very in touch with the common man. Well done, Jack.
Well done.
Simple ute, flat tray. Yep. Just get it done.
A common man.
A common man.
Oh, he's not that common.
There have been a few allegations levelled at you recently, sir.
What are those?
Any you would like to admit to?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do. Come on, admit the first thing that comes into your head.
I am very common man.
But you've done a few fancy things.
I don't know.
But nice things haven't happened, okay? But if you're aware of it, you haven't lost touch with the common man. The common man understands when he's enjoying a nice thing.
Yes.
Losing touch with the common man is when you don't understand that you shouldn't have a golf simulator in your house every single day and you're just taking it for granted. That's when people lose touch with the common man. But the common man knows, this is lucky, and I understand this, and it feels different to me from my common man roots. So what I was thinking of doing was a self-reporting situation where you can open the window, but then when we close it, that's it. You can't just, this is the time to self-report.
Okay,
right now. And I'm happy to open the window if you've got anything you want to self-report, or Jack.
Do you want? Because I've got someone wrote in of seeing Hamish in the wild losing touch with the common man.
Oh, go for it. I mean,
and I was wondering, did you want to self-report?
Would you like them to be locally purchased? I would have thought so. That is a nice common man thing to do.
This is from Rayleigh.
Yep.
I believe I have important information with regard to an individual in the show and his further distancing of himself away from the common man.
Oh, if it's happened, I've learnt from the best.
I have it on good authority that this particular individual was recently in a country town.
Yep.
And upon entering a cafe, decided to order a soup. My source informs me it wasn't just a common man soup, it was a pumpkin or a minestrone or something.
Soup of the day.
With his privileged attitude, the staff reopened the kitchen just so Hamish Blake, enemy of the common man, could eat his extravagant meal on his own time.
You like to self-report about yourself, so it is immune from you cannot be accused of losing touch with the common man if you list these items.
All right. Andy, you mentioned
Actually, this is the time we can't do stacks on. Thanks for your honesty, Jack. Anything else you'd like to acknowledge?
That's the only non-common man thing in my home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do I close the window now?
No.
It's every
Must
day.
be nice to live in a suburb with a rose train line. That's all I'm saying. It must be very nice.
It's actually very common man to live by the railway. Have to hear the train noise all the time.
Not a raised one. Not a fancy one. Lost touch with the common commuter.
There's bollards every day in our street, and they're leaving no parking for the regular person, for the common man.
Yeah.
And so I won't even get out of the car and move the bollard.
He's
as
on.
a common man, as a listener, I'm just going, I don't know what that is.
Squeeze common man in there. You're listening to it on pretty expensive headphones, mate.
Okay. Sit on the double dishwasher.
It does sound like they've lost touch.
It does. They are fast and loose, but they have also lost touch with the common man. It is possible to be both. Ben.
Yep. Eli. Yep. I've got new Tupperware.
I think lost touch with the common man.
No, I
goes out and buys brand new Tupperware every time he has a couple of skate seasons. And I tend to make my own bearings. In touch with the common man.
Hole in the wall coffee. Put simply, I would not want a constant reminder of the fact that Hamish has lost touch with the common man, paying big money for a 99.99% copper 1 kilo ball with no real use.
So you can't
Must be nice.
You can't really put a value on it.
We're out portable mini golf for all events. So whether you're a sponsored golfer like Andy or more of a common man like the rest of us, we've got you covered.
Like all businesses around the world, we are proud to accept the Hamish and
word. I know none of this is going to make sense, but trust me, in the future it will. Oh, and one of you is going to lose touch with the common man. So I don't want to say who, but...
Position. If you actually don't care you've wasted this money, you've probably lost touch with the common man.
Or woman. And a lot of women are buying.
Actually, just a regular item.
That's just a regular item.
Yeah.
Well, for some people it is luxury, mate. The common man. 4K is not a given.
These days, 4K is close to...
I don't have 4K.
Any beer? There's a lot of craft beers.
Yeah, mainly in the common man sort of beer. So the BB, Tui's, Great North.
Straightener. I got the chemical treatment.
Yes,
to make my hair permanently straight.
Sorry, as a common man, I can't afford that though. So.
On both barrels.
Now, whether customers here that are buying this are in touch with the common man or have lost touch with the common man, what is going to happen when the mailman or woman hands over that package to them? They will have no choice but to say to the customer, "Must be nice." Because you're not a common man getting a book like that in the mail, are you? You're not. Even for that moment, getting such...
Andy, he's probably got a nice new phone with the facial recognition technology, but look, that must be nice, but I mean, he's lost touch with the common man. We can't all afford phones like that.
Hey, Tim.
Certainly appreciate it.
Okay, anyway.
But I've already self-reported that, Harry, so in touch with the common man whilst experiencing a nice house. Self-reported. Kind of thing. I wasn't part of that. No access for me, being a common man, but some other kids in the year level were allowed to go. But when the visiting sister school came, I think whoever was in charge, they never had a biz.
Give it to the commonest of men and women.
Okay, you've got to explain why you're the most common man or woman, and we will then give you the opportunity to go.
Well, guess you're turning 21 that weekend, party weekend.
And Laura, are you a common man though? We wanted to give
I'm
the business.
commonest of men.
Okay, people that registered, and there was over 10,000 people that did. You've got to put in why you're such a common man, and we'll review that as a team and see if they're eligible to take the business class seats.
Because you will
put this in. I drive a big blue van around, and it's my only car.
Oh, that's pretty common, man. That's very common, man.
I think that's common, man.
I like that. Yeah,
okay,
especially if you've done, and if you're happy with that, then you can have the tax write-off. But it does mean, or you drive as a promotional vehicle around. Yeah, very common, man. I'm happy with that.
Aaron, you and your +1 are sitting.
No. Yeah, that's just a tall man. That means you'd like it. Of course, we'd all like it.
Yes.
But we're asking for examples of a common man. I suppose if he's flying a lot, this even includes the emergency exit now because they charge you for those. He's never forked out the extra $20 for that. What do you think, Jack?
I do miss the days where
Is a tight man a common man? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That's true. Next to you when you were doing the eggs.
Lift up the bin and drag it over.
Well, I'm quite a common man, Andy, and my bin is actually not really easy to move. So,
business obviously down in our class, common man class, we're going to be having pies, sausage rolls. They've asked, do we want to be serving business class there? And we came up with this.
We came up with a T-shirt idea. We thought, the phrase "lost touch with the common man" or "in touch with the common man" has been something that gets bandied around a lot on the show.
Yes.
Now, sometimes they are telling the world they've lost touch with the common man, but you will hear the common man behind them go, "I've still got a finger on you." Like, buzz off, mate. I'm trying. You're bad for the brand.
Exactly.
Then, on the other hand, you've got probably the more common camp, which is people that are in touch with the common man.
Yes. And want to be there.
And they want to be there. Yeah. And, of course, man here is interchangeable, genderless, humans in touch with the common man, any human who is in touch with the average person on the street.
Now, Haim, we've brought out 2 different T-shirts.
We do. Based on these 2 phrases,
you've got the black and white ones over there.
I got the blackies here. We thought, isn't it time that we had a T-shirt that if you feel you're in touch with the common man, you can proudly wear that just simply says, the black T-shirt here simply says, screen printed on, which is very common, man. The cheapest form of printing you can get.
Yes.
Or the most humble form of printing you can get. Clearly says on the left breast, in touch with the common man.
Yes.
That's all the T-shirt says. And it's a nice little nod.
Much higher cost.
The least humble printing you can get.
Yes. And it says, lost touch with the common man. You can buy
which you don't even really...
You can buy a white tee with the red writing or a black tee with the white writing.
Yeah, white on black, or red on white. And you don't even really need to say lost touch with the common man when you've got this T-shirt on because people see the embroidery. They'll read the law. And then what I'd like, and what I think might happen is I also think that the lost touch with the common man T-shirt is something, it's a way of telling people that they have lost touch. You buy it.
Yeah,
I feel that the sales for the Lost Touch of the Common Man T-shirt will probably skew about 98%.
Yes,
gifts, or it's not even a gift. I see a lot being bought in doubles where you might think to yourself, "Well, I'm in touch with the common man."
Would we do a value pack?
Let's definitely have a look at it because we probably should talk pricing next, shouldn't we? But I would like to see the Lost Touch of the Common Man T-shirt be Australia's most gifted T-shirt.
Yes, that's a good point.
Or the world's most gifted T-shirt.
We're going to be planet conscious, but you've got your choice. In touch with the common man, you can get one of those screen printed, $25.
And can we just say before we announce the next price, we spoke to the T-shirt guys and we said, what is this? What is a good basic T-shirt, what should it retail for?
With
and
a
actually, at first, with a screen print, they were naming some crazy prices, like they had a 4 in front of them. I mean, no, but we want to, pass, this is a common man T-shirt. They went, look, 30. 30 is your price point. Yeah. We went, great, we're taking 5 off because that's very common man.
Yes.
It is very common man. That $25 is a rock bottom price, and that's in touch with the common man.
Yep. But be wary because the second one, the lost touch with the common man.
Well, just so you know, we've talked about the embroidery $1 jump there, which makes a ton of sense now that you've thought about it. You got a rock bottom price for the In Touch of the Common Man T-shirt. Yep. They come in, I assume, the full gamut of size.
The ute.
When you had the ute. Do you still have the ute?
I sold the ute.
And what card did you
cash,
get?
No,
I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. What a common man thing to do.
Okay, but what card did you get after
given
that?
Zuckerberg a clip. You have a PowerPoint.
What's a BMT, by the way?
Base model Tesla.
Sorry.
When you got the BMT,
yes, I can't charge at home because as a very common man, I don't have a driveway.
Sure. Okay. Nor do I.
It's crazy. I actually have people come up to me on the street and say, thank you for staying in touch with the common man. Wow. Really? They're going to be shocked when they see me wearing
wearable merch has been launched on the show.
Yep.
It is the Lost Touch with the Common Man / In Touch with the Common Man T-shirts.
Buy one, buy both. Buy one for you, one as a gift. If you need to send a message to someone you know that's lost touch with the common man, buy 3 for yourself, even if you only needed 1. If you have lost touch with the common man.
Yes, exactly.
Flaunt them around.
The varieties
Cut
there.
one up to prove that you've lost touch with the common man.
Don't recommend that. I mean,
don't recommend that. It is obviously it's getting the wrong size. Okay.
Perfect. That's exactly it. So, Hogs, $25 for the In Touch with the Common Man, $35 for Lost Touch with the Common Man, the superior T-shirt, $1.
Ahoy there.
And ahoy to the fellow who's lost touch on my left there, Jacko.
Ahoy, I still feel like I am very much in touch with the common man. I have just put my common man T-shirt in the wash, so had to go with the Lost Touch version today.
Well, the fact
must be nice to have
you can get both T-shirts and choose your days, but I'm certainly aware that the times that I've been seen in public with my In Touch with the Common Man T-shirt have spawned more jaunts from the general public.
And you get at his primary school. I've done it a few times now, and I have a great time doing it.
You've earned your In Touch with the Common Man T-shirt by going and doing canteen duty for sure. As soon as you leave in whatever car you're driving, it gets a raise. But at the time...
When I get picked up in the hybrid Lexus by whatever the driver's name is, I switch T-shirts. But at school, I wear the In Touch with the Common Man. Funnily enough, though, a lot of the kids ask, like, how much to name.
Thank you, Doofy. Good to chat, bud.
Good on you, Doof.
Chat to you later.
Haim, the Common Man T-shirts flying out the door. Stack them high, watch them fly, as Hawgs always says. I think Hawgs is having real trouble at the distribution centre. There's nothing more less than the Common Man than receiving 2 lost touch with the Common Man T-shirts when I only ordered 1. Oh. Must be very... Exactly where to send this, but figured emailing you guys is the best start. I ordered 2 In Touch with the Common Man shirts, 1 for me and 1 for my brother. Was very excited to open the package.
Someone that thinks it's off their plate, Hawks.
Jacob, last week I ordered an In Touch with the Common Man shirt. I received it yesterday. Was quite delighted. However, today I opened my door for a bit of fresh air, currently in lockdown in South Australia. And lo and behold, there was another shirt there. Both with the same order number. Yes, he says, as a common man, I think it's my civic duty to notify you of the situation. Happy to return one, happy to pay for it. I'm not a jack.
I went, well, I'll get Andy a Max Brenner's hot chocolate. Must
good.
Be nice. Yeah. He's no common man. He will. The last thing I want is a hot chocolate thrown in my face.
We're not already aware.
Good.
I wanted to make sure you knew there's a piece of classical music called Fanfare for the Common Man by Aaron Copland.
Or as. Because he was a common man.
Yes, he thought it might be worth a play on the pod. Now,
Jack's way having fun now. I mean, I'm in Lost Touch today. We differ between our Common Man T-shirts and our Lost Touch with the Common Man T-shirts.
Yep, but after my Max Brenner hot chocolate,
I would have demanded you change. And also, I have Lost Touch this week. I've got a slight backstory for mine.
Should we hear? For everybody out there, and most of which are common men, and
fanfare for the common man.
And look, we're all in touch with the common man occasionally. But unfortunately, it ebbs and flows.
It does ebb and flow. You're always striving to be in touch. It's like spiritual enlightenment.
Yep,
you're striving for it. You can't always have it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you then, just go and have a party. You forget about being enlightened.
Absolutely, Haim. I've got it for you here. This is Fanfare for the Common Man, as played by the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra.
Hang on a sec. Just before we hear this, I think a few things need to happen immediately upon hearing this. We need to deem if it is indeed appropriate for the common man, because already as symphony orchestra, alarm bells ring that this might not be as common man as Aaron had hoped for.
Yep.
And if it doesn't cut muster, perhaps the door is open for someone else to write their own fanfare for the common man. But I wish you good luck.
I've heard it. I think it's sport, doesn't it?
I dare say,
common man.
This bit's not in the Cincinnati version.
It's released that did use the symphony. The original Fanfare of the Common Man, and then Channel 7 used it. But to me, what a fanfare for a common man! I mean, to me, it's perfect.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We do often mention. So purely out of care for the kids, because you don't want a cupboard door falling on them. Very common, man, to care for your children's welfare. You give the wardrobe a slight reef. Wearing it on behalf, I think his name was Pete.
Yes.
Wearing it on behalf of Peter.
No, it's very common, man, to discover some treasure as safe and then not know what to do with it. And,
sort of filling a hole in society where there wasn't something for this.
Yeah.
Where you were like, hang on a sec, I feel like I am in touch with the common man. But Brad, he's not in touch with the common man. How can I buy wearable signs like from under the armpits, then stitch that onto the bottom of the other one? Then you've got a $70 Lost Touch with the common man nightshirt. Now that is a piece I'd like to see.
Boots, we're a family-run company providing quality footwear since 1850, which means we're in touch with the common man, which is more than we can say for Andy. Pleased to announce our store in Tamworth accepts the Hamish.
Won't. And may we sing it deep into September, Nancy.
Yes.
Also, I mean, a special shout out to Maxie. You own and bought yourself a Lost Touch with the Common Man T-shirt.
I have well and truly lost
of those.
No,
I
you
went to
very
my.
much in touch.
I just played my normal game, which is by a nice Common Man Red Imperial and a Murkoff.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Han. Before you say anything, to be given to someone, so the message is loud and clear. You've lost touch with the Common Man, and that's what you tried to do. You tried to do the right thing for Tom, but he advised what we think is the one question that will determine if he's in touch or lost touch with the Common Man.
Does he get his meat from a supermarket or a butcher? What was that? What celebration?
Because you're in touch with the Common Man.
Correct.
Wow, well done.
Jack.
What I'm looking at you, number 6. I'm absolutely loving it. The new T-shirts. I personally have a lost touch with the Common Man. Must be very nice. Anyways, boys.
He's lost touch and he's there to make a statement.
That's what we saw. We see a guy wearing a Lost Touch with the Common Man T-shirt calling out some guy in the middle of the ring in that, 10-minute conversation that you guys do about who's fighting who next.
Well, what you're about to hear here is Grayson, an up-and-coming wrestler, coming out live on WWE NXT in a Lost Touch with the Common Man shirt, about to lay it down. But there's been a strong accusation come in with evidence that you've lost touch with the Common Man, and I think it's the duty of the show to raise these, allow the person to refute. I've handed Jack a very important piece of music that I think sums up the day, the fanfare of the Common Man.
Yes.
Because
the song we look forward to play. I went to say thanks, Dave. I also, in an act of kindness, and to show that I am in touch with the Common Man, I'm on his level. Don't worry, mate. We're all just doing our job here.
Number 6, Sean here from Utah, USA. Just checking in to self-report losing touch with the Common Man. Later today, my wife and I have an appointment at the hospital.
Hello, Ahoy Boy, Matt here. Now, lads, I've got a little bit of a dilemma. I'm not sure whether I need to have my In Touch with the Common Man shirt on or Lost Touch with the Common Man shirt. I've just taken delivery of my brand new golf simulator. I know, must be very nice.
Wow.
But because I am a golf professional, I can claim it on tax, which is very Common Man. So
not really.
Need help, boys. I'm not too sure which one to put on. Cheers.
Well, I mean, Andy claimed it on tax too. Even when we were broadcasting from his golf simulator and I was gently questioning whether this was a Common Man purchase, he was thumbs-upping me, mouthing the words tax. It'd be very, very hard. I'm struggling here to think of a situation where a golf simulator, owning one, could be an In Touch with the Common Man scenario if you were... that's what I think. Everyone can crack it. You have to come to the table with some sort of pedigree.
It's not very Common Man of me, but I am enticed by the fact that, it's almost a celebrity special.
No, I feel like that is Common Man of you, because if you're above the Common Man, you wouldn't care about celebrities. The Common Man loves celebrities.
That's true. A lot of people watched SAS Australia, the
dog being bathed in mud. Now, I assume your dog, Jack, Luna, very much in touch with the Common Man. She would just use regular park mud.
That's it, Australian mud.
A wary eye is cast amongst the men in this room to ensure that the Common Man remains in touch with. Now, of course, there are huge chasms that sometimes open up. And, sometimes onlookers go, that particular guy might never touch a Common Man again. He's so out of touch. But it's always a human...
Again and see they've improved it.
Right.
Mum, also, we had Common Man pans, obviously, growing up. I'm sure the Blakes have very fancy non-stick pans. So not attached to the city power, no bin pickup. It's very Common Man.
Well, really? We know he has your own,
like a private island. Haim, we obviously pride ourselves on working out whether people are in touch with the Common Man or if they've lost touch, and both wearing, and we'll set them straight. Emily,
just honesty, just honesty is what we want, Ando.
Yeah,
just honesty. If you bought the In Touch with the Common Man T-shirt, be in touch.
Yeah.
If you think you've lost touch, wear the Lost Touch. What did you get?
3.
Oh, that's Jack's alleged in touch.
Entry
I can confirm he's a Common Man.
No.
I can confirm.
Black T-shirt.
That's fine.
Large.
Yep.
Lost touch with the Common Man.
Yep, that's fine.
I live in Sydney.
Yep.
Release a blue T-shirt.
Collector's edition.
With gold Lost touch with the common man embroidery.
Gold shiny.
Yes.
Like shiny, glittery, lost touch of the common man. This is why it's a collector's edition, because as the golden touch has the tarnished sort of bronzy print. As always, In Touch of the Common Man is printed, no need to show off. Lost Touch of the Common Man, an embroidered, golden, luxurious, fit for a king type. That's sort of the entree, that there's new collector's editions, In Touch and Lost Touch of the Common Man T-shirts.